Alrighty, let's watch this in full first. There's no sound. That's my ridiculous dubbing of this. Super cool. I really, really like the idea of that switcheroo right there. I think that's super clever, super cute. And I'm not, it's really well done. I already like that offset finger pose, like, the initial pose. I think the only thing maybe getting rid of some of these elements kind of blends in a bit color-wise, but it's also very busy, adding a lot of elements and tangents and things. So potentially simplifying, and you could have that, a bit more detail maybe through here and then maybe through here so that these lines kind of converge into pointing at this character. I mean, it's already very centered. So it could even be a bit more in the thirds, and then you have maybe that tapering here and maybe tapering here. So it's a bit more in the thirds and guiding lines to that character. So, simple thing there. But it has good weight there. You got a big move in that arm, which I would probably have a little bit of rotation in the chest down towards us. So it's just, you move that arm, but it's a little bit of, not as to a crazy move over there, but just a little bit more. So it doesn't feel like, especially through here, that it's so isolated in the shoulder and that arm. Because I see a movement up, like as an inhale, but maybe a bit more influence on that arm, on the chest. But you got that that one frame thing, got the drag there. That's all cool. Influence there, a bit of lightning all the way down to here. That's super cool. Get a little bit of a change in the fingers as he moves around. That's all super cool. It's ever so slightly IK-ish here, where that pivot is right there. Kind of rolls off those pixels right there, where I would bring that a little bit in and out into that. Just get a bit of an arcier swing there. Like all of this. Definitely nice lines through that. Get a little drag in the foot here. That's cool. And the foot roll gets a bit locked through there. Maybe a bit more compression at toe. Super picky stuff here. That's all cool. Love all the details through there. You definitely have a nice full extension looking up there. Like, that's nice offset. Tricky shape there, but that's the enveloping there. But it's all neat. I'm so picky. One frame tangent here, just kind of free that up. And again, watch this in real time, right? I noticed the hammer, but it's not like, it's like, oh my God, it's a tangent. But it's just something I'm always picky about. And why not, as always, you're in there frame by frame. Why not just make it all super clean? And then as it goes up, the only thing I would say here is that it fills a bit, and it dies a bit. And you even have a little bit of a, camera doesn't completely freeze. But everything kind of comes to a stop where I will probably push this a bit more, where it goes that, where instead of that relax, maybe separate the legs a bit more, bring this arm a bit so that this can be a bit out here, separated potentially. Not that this is not clear, you still have a clean silhouette, but I'll go into this with a bit more of a moving hold and just a bit cleaner. Because I like how you compress here to then come back out here. And imagine you are a bit pushed in that pose. So you have somewhere bigger to go, and if it's that higher, into that bit of a compression here. Now you might argue, yeah, but then it takes away from this. Then I would just push this a bit more. But that's more what I'm thinking pose-wise here, but in a more relaxed form, where it's just a bit higher, a bit cleaner, and a bit more into a moving hold. And keep this where you have the bend in the leg. You can still push that to get in there, into that pose there. But I love all this. Watch out, it's a bit IK foot here. It kind of stays put as we go down. So I would drop maybe that foot a bit or go a bit higher. Just kind of counter that. So it's not frozen. This is super picky again, but why not? I mean, they're frame by frame. It's be picky. But nice path, nice curvature in the body following that path, which is really nice. Goes into this. Again, nice finger pose, clean. I will probably take out that foot a bit more so it's not that block through that. We can maybe have potential separation because you're already kind of there doing it, even with a tangent. So separating that leg a bit more. I mean, it could even be just trying out a pose with that leg back and this one maybe potentially crossed more. It might be too much of a twist, potentially, but it's also not the cleanest silhouette. So it could be worth checking how far can we push that leg out while this leg is out here, or don't go as high and maybe push that line a bit more like that instead of that for that leg here, and then keep that back here, bring up that leg like that. Maybe just kind of checking silhouette here. This is a bummer that we covered that face with that. I don't know. I haven't done a rig review, and I will do one of that rig in the future. I'm curious if those flaps can be bent to bring that down a bit of the costume so we don't cover that face there. Worst case, maybe translating the head up and over a bit. Might feel a bit broken, but it's a fairly wide chest. You could potentially cheat that head over here and a bit higher. Maybe. No, that's all super cool. And again, I love the idea here. The only thing I would say is feels fairly relaxed. And I think it would be neat also animating a little strap a bit here. There's nothing there. It'd be kind of neat. Polishy detail. But as you go down, because you have all that nice detail in the fingers, might as well put that time into this. I would personally match face with that's awesome frame too. With that. And even though it goes by quickly, you still have a bit of a just the feel, and you will see for a couple of frames the blackness here in the teeth, the white. It will still register. But it's a nice blend here in terms of that. You got tension in the fingers, that's super cute. And then you can have into this. Only thing I would say, picky. He's here. During those frames, there's 2-3 frames, I would tighten the fingers a bit more. So he's here, and then as he goes down, it tightens more because the whole body tightens and the muscles into that. I don't think for this here, one picky thing is like that. I'm so picky, people going really, but that wrist goes right there into that foot. I would probably break that silhouette with the fist out here and then that leg there. To really just picky, just because we're resting on that. But, and you're very close here, but that's fine. The thing that I would say here, once he does this, right? Shaboom! I think it could be, a bit more shock in the shoulders and the chest. Almost like a little shockwave. Not that you have to do like a wobble in the handle that goes all the way into here, but, he's not that strong. Tight muscles, it'd be more like prepare, like a little bit of a wobble potentially. But the biggest thing is this. He looks up, right? And it's the thing here. Where is it? Let's go back. And right there. That can also potentially be just visually bigger. So we really register that going up. My question is, when he's done, he has like a bit of a, there's a bit of a realization smile. It's super cute. I like the little head shake. That's all super cute. You can potentially relax those fingers a bit as the whole thing relaxes. Maybe shoulders go down with like a bit of a push of that moment. But then I would push the face where it's not like a yay full smile. Not that that's wrong. Could also be a version. Not that, this is wrong. But I would just push that a bit more. So it's a clear change into a smile and, hey, I did this. Because it's borderline, oh, I did not do this. Where it's like, then I would do something where, let's go back here. This goes up, but stays there, and then comes back down, and then he has a moment of, and maybe a dart and realizing, of course that goes against the whole thing of, well, I am Thor, and I have the power, and I'm inspired, and yeah. So it's obviously a totally different shot and a different ending. But I'm saying this just because it almost felt like that where, wait, is he actually happy? Wait, it didn't calm down, right? I'm not seeing it here. And that was kind of my first impression. So I would just push that smile a bit more for him to be really happy that he did it. Picky. But it's a really cool shot, really cute idea. Love everything in there. And that is that. Thanks.